If you're a fan of old school bodybuilding, then make sure to check out Subs the Movie. Filmmaker Alex Ardenti explores the $40 billion sports supplement industry, delving into the origins, evolution, and current state of supplements used by millions of fitness enthusiasts worldwide, available at Amazon and Vimeo. Hi everybody, Golden Era Bookham here. Today I've received an enormous package from the US and just really looking forward to going through what's come in. And while I go through it, you can actually listen to my daughter playing piano. Pretty lucky to have my daughter who plays piano beautifully. Firstly, we've got Paul Anderson's quite a very rare book, The World's Strongest Man. It's a book from, I think, the late 70s. Great read on possibly, or actually undoubtedly, the world's strongest natural lifter of all time. Really looking forward to reading and applying the information from here, and of course sharing it. Got quite a large Paul Anderson collection now, and I'll take this opportunity to quickly show you. Here it actually is. So that's the recent book I acquired from the US. Can sell for up to about $200, but I got it for way less than that. As well as Paul Anderson's original booklets on Secrets of His Strength and Power by Paul Anderson. And I think the last one's like Weight Training for Athletes, exactly. So these are really excellent. They feature his programs, favorite exercises, and of course the recent book written by Randall J. Strawson, which I did already cover in a previous video. I actually reviewed it. A wonderful read that I actually read over Christmas time. So I've got the complete works on Paul Anderson, plus of course with my library, every article that was ever written. And I wish to start a series in the near future on Paul Anderson. It's going to be great. It really is. So that's all the information there. Besides that, of course, I received this great book written by Bradley J. Steiner. And it's actually one of the very first books that addresses the way that Steve Reeves developed his physique. This book actually came out before the book that Steve wrote, which was Building a Classic Physique. As you can see, Steve Reeves is on the cover, and it actually addresses many of the exercises that Reeves achieved to, or they actually used to achieve that wonderful aesthetic physique. Things like hack squats and stuff. Can't wait to read this one, and actually, it will be available on my website too, because I know that so many people into Steve Reeves, his methods, and this is just a very rare book that features many of the techniques that he used, so it's going to be a great read. On top of that, of course, we have, I think, I'm pretty sure the complete collection of Franco Columbo booklets, all his secrets and bodybuilding methods, including on how to develop a Mr. Universe chest, how to develop how to develop Mr. Universe arms, and several editions of these two that I've got now. How to build this is a really rare one, a wide, thick, muscular back. I'm pretty sure many people want to know how Franco developed his enormous back. I mean, look at that back. You got nutrition secrets from Sardinia, how to treat injuries, and this is really cool because Franco also was famous for his chiropractic knowledge, so this is really interesting information. It's quite a thick booklet, that one. Muscular definition. He was very good at getting ripped to shreds, actually. So photo album here, how to become more powerful. Again, Franco was known as pound for pound one of the strongest bodybuilders of all time. Some great information there on his lifting capabilities and techniques. How to develop Mr. Universe legs and calves and abdominals, how to develop massive shoulders, and again, as I said, I've got sometimes the same edition a couple of times. I've also got other rare books from Franco. Again, this is a different edition. It's a massive Olympia chest. It's different to the Mr. Universe chest, which is another edition here, another edition of the arms book. As I said, I've got pretty much his whole collection now in various editions, and the great thing about the different editions is usually different information in each of them. So we're going to get pretty awesome information from Franco Columbo. Again, I bought these because I wish to share the information and of course to have these available on my website too. The complete collection of Dr. Franco Columbu's booklets are now available at www.goldenerabookham.com with unique information on how Franco built his enormous lats, huge chest, and specialization courses on arms, delts, and legs, as well as his knowledge on nutrition and injury rehab and prevention as well, which was written by both he and his wife, who were both registered chiropractors and expert nutritionists. All these booklets are now available at www.goldenerabookham.com. Now, on top of all those booklets, as you can imagine, I was increasing my collection of magazines. So I got some rare Argentinian magazines here, like Apollo, really cool ones. And very important, of course, my Mr. America collection here. Again, really cool mags from the US. Really nice ones. Some that I've been missing. I'm trying to finish my collection. He's one of the recently late and great Dave Draper. And some very rare bodybuilder magazines. And this one in particular I'm very interested in because I believe that these bodybuilder magazines featured Steve Reeves quite a lot, especially all his nutrition and bodybuilding techniques that won him the Mr. Pacific Coast trophies, of which I own one of them now, and of course the Mr. America trophy. A lot of the information that you want from Steve Reeves, I'm going to start bringing to the channel. I've been really specifically looking for a lot of that information, which is in rare Iron Man magazines and bodybuilder magazines from the 1940s. Really rare stuff to find. He's great cover with John Grimmick. Yeah, all this stuff. It's just really awesome old school information that I'm going to start bringing to this channel. You can see all this really rare, hard to find stuff on real bona fide natural training that I know so many people are interested in learning about. And you all know why. So that's some really cool stuff. That's Irvin Johnson, by the way, Rio H. Blair, who also was a bodybuilder back then and won several physique contests. So now I've opened another box that arrived with some great magazines. Here is Muscular Development, and we've got a few really vintage ones here from Strength and Health, etc. Just going to quickly go through them. Here's a great one from Lou Ferrigno, Muscular Development. Now here's a really rare magazine. Your Physique. This is quite rare. Howard Eastman. I believe it's from 1942. Extremely rare. Really glad to finally own it. And of course, I've also got very rare old Strength and Health mags. Now these are from 1935. And understand that Strength and Health began in December 1932. And from what I understand, it was 1933, 1934, and 1935. These 3 years with the December 1932 edition have to be the rarest of all Strength and Health mags. So I was quite happy to be contacted by a young man who said that his grandfather had passed on all these rare mags, which are in really awesome condition, considering their age. And he said he wanted to pass them on to me because he knew that I would preserve them, and of course I will. These have taken me a long time to try and obtain, and I'm still trying to obtain the early 1935 ones. They're just so hard, as of course 1934 and 1933 as well, all very difficult to obtain. So I'm very grateful. These are just wonderful. They've got all those original techniques. You know, we're talking 1935, 1936. All the stuff you just saw, these guys are all natural, you know, no doubt about it. Testosterone wasn't even developed back then. So everything you see from these guys, you know, these guys are bona fide, natural, no doubt about it. No possibility of steroids or anything like it. No testosterone, no nothing. You know, real natural, strong physiques. So yeah, it's the stuff that I always look to focus on. This is the stuff that I really like learning about, you know. Yeah, so just continuing Just going through these. Yeah, you can see these guys were strong, athletic, not over the top, and really cool stuff. So anyway, that's the stash of stuff that arrived from the US. There's even more. Another box of mags actually, but I'm not going to bother going through it. Just thought I'd give you a general look over at the stuff that's arrived. I'm really interested, especially in the booklets and the, we're talking about the booklets from Franco, the booklet on Steve Reeves' methods, and of course Paul Anderson, and a lot of the really cool retro mags here from the 1940s and 1930s of natural bodybuilding. Really great stuff. Hope you've enjoyed this view at the stuff that arrived from the US. If you have, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so, and leave me your comments. As always, you can support the channel by just getting in touch with me, because this is mainly what I'm really into nowadays, in preserving the history. And when I get in touch with people like like the ones that have supplied this kind of stuff, I either buy it or of course some of them donate it. It's really important because I can complete the collections and complete the knowledge, and of course then share it. So I really appreciate it when people get in touch with me and want to support my efforts. So thank you again to all those involved. Anyway, that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed the video. This is the Golden Era Bookworm saying bye for now. Now, if you're interested in learning more about Vince Gironda's approach to bodybuilding, his principles, and all these tips of wisdom that he has, I mean, there's so much stuff that probably hasn't been proven by science, and it will take science to prove or disprove Vince. But to be honest, these 3 books, I believe, which I call the Classic Physique Bundle, are the best books that Vince ever came out with. And they, of course, are the Wild Physique, the Master Series, and the Pro Series. Have a look at it this way. The Wild Physique, I believe, is like the ABCs of Vince Gironda's principles to bodybuilding. He teaches you the exercises and his principles, but how do you put them together? Well, the Master Series is a 14-month program of using all of these principles, all of the diets that Vince came out with, all of the exercises, and believe me, it's a brilliant program. Many people have used it. I know personally a lot of bodybuilders that have actually used it and made fantastic results with it. And of course, the Pro Series was a book that he came out with later on, specially targeted for getting into competition. It's just these 3 books, as I call it, the Classic Physique Bundle, Vince's best work, and available, of course, at www.goldenerabookworm.com. Now, the Pro Series of Bodybuilding, which was targeted for professional bodybuilders, contains 6 programs, each of which go for 2 months each. So it's a whole year, again, in preparation for competition. Online training is now available, including my new program, Novice to Classic, a program geared towards beginners and novices looking at developing a classic physique, as well as Classic Cut, geared at those who wish to lose weight and gain muscle fast. Details available at www.goldenerabookworm.com. Need a bodybuilding poster for your gym or office? Then check out Iron Man Magazine archive.smugmug.com for the highest quality posters on the planet. Scroll through the galleries of all the legends, including greats such as Arnold, Frank Zane, Sergio Oliva, Serge Nubret, Tom Platz, and Larry Scott, and much more, and select your poster now. Your favorite YouTube channel, please visit teespring.com/store/goldenerabookworm for merchandise, including t-shirts, hoodies, face masks, phone cases, and much more. Once again at teespring.com/store/goldenerabookworm. Become a patron at www.patreon.com/goldenerabookworm for hard to find books, scans of rare photos, and articles on the golden era of bodybuilding. To take full advantage of my collaborations, use code GEB20 with nspnutrition.com and vincegironda.com, as well as code bookworm12 at osl.com for a discount at checkout.
I don't think that Bill Phillips looked at it as, I want to compete against them. I want to destroy them.
If they pass legislation basically making any type of food supplement a prescription item, that would be the end, the death of the entire food supplement industry.
Take your vitamin pill now. In the 1960s, the sports supplement industry was barely emerging.
I think the reason why Joe Weider was so successful was he had Arnold on his side.
He wasn't selling supplements. He was in the dream business.
Joe Weider was a marketing genius.
People would say the promotions or the endorsements back then were cheesy. To me, it wasn't. I loved it.
Fitness was taking off. You know, fitness became cool. You had a lot of readers that wanted to be like the stars that they idolized.
Bill's strength is his marketing savvy. He's a marketing genius.
Got it. It's only vitamin.
The right of American citizens to have free access to dietary supplements of their choice.
Consult your physician. You might as well consult the next guy you meet on the street. They don't know a damn thing about vitamins and nutrition.
The dietary supplement industry became the #2 most regulated industry. Nuclear, dietary supplements, pharmaceutical. We are more regulated than drugs.
They come in and you need to allow the FDA. They have jurisdiction.
The enforcement is kind of the questionable side of it, and how do they really get a handle on this monster?
A lot of people tell me that the dietary supplement industry is completely unregulated. It's the wild, wild west out there. It's a free-for-all. That could not be further from the truth.
A dietary supplement is not allowed to have a side effect. I always say the pharmaceutical has to have a minimum of 100 side effects in order for it to be a drug.
And now, it's a $40 billion industry and growing.
That's the really interesting thing, is the cast of characters from the 80s, when it was kind of iffy, to now when it's a lot more legitimate.
They made it sound cutting edge, revolutionary, and different, and I want that. That's cool.
We are in this industry to improve our health. It's not just a vanity project here. We're working on our lifeline. We eat a certain way to improve our health. We train a certain way to improve our health. Supplements are just that. They supplement your work, your graft, your nutrition.
They demonize dietary supplements, but they say all you need is real food. Well, what's a real food?
They pump you up and get you hard, stronger, faster, bigger.
Doc, I want to take this weight gain. I want to take this pre-workout. Doctor's, no way. That stuff, we don't know what's in that. It could be, no way. I'm not going to give you, it's going to kill the industry, bottom line.
So I must have drank so much protein powder from age 15 to 18 that my head was going to explode.
I believed in metrics so much that I would probably punch somebody in the face if they tried to take it away from me.